Well, hello, my YouTube family. Tim with Outdoors for Adventure. In this video, we're going to talk trailers. So, you think you want an overland trailer? Okay, now we are considering a trailer, but it's not really, I wouldn't say it's an overlanding trailer. I would call it more of a camper trailer with off-road ability, added ground clearance, off-road tires, and boondock ready. As an example, one of the ones that we're considering is the Tab 320 or the Tab 400. There's others we're looking at, but they are quite expensive. Those tabs, I think they're from $25,000 to $30,000, so a lot of money. And before we spend that kind of money on something, I thought it'd be a good idea to put my rack that was on the Nissan Titan and my rooftop tent on my utility trailer and hook it behind the Jeep and take it on some adventures and see how I like pulling it, see if it's going to be able to go in the areas that we go. Now, it is a little bit shorter, but width-wise, it'll be the same. So that's what we're doing. But in stock form, that trailer, the utility trailer, I already knew would not go in some areas we go, because I'd be dragging the belly of it on rocks and stuff like that. It'd be bobbing out. And even the way it is now, the axle may drag a little bit on some items, but it shouldn't hurt. And most of our adventures is forest roads, and we just have to be able to pull off of the forest road into our camp areas. And as long as we can do that with this trailer, it'll be fine. And that's all we will use our camper for when we get it. It's not going to be down pig trails and stuff like that. And, overlanding, camping, whatever you want to call it, in my opinion, if you're traveling, especially if it's multiple nights and you're going from one spot to another, that's pretty much overlanding. And I kind of consider if you go out and you set up camp and you're staying in your camp the whole time you're there, that's more camping. And honestly, I do a lot of camping. So thus the camper that we're looking at, would be perfect for that. And the overlanding, moving spot to spot, possibly could use the camper, or possibly just keep using the ground tent or throw the rooftop tent on top of the Jeep. A bunch of options. But since we got rid of our Nissan Titan, we lost a lot of room. And, when I had the Titan, I took a lot of stuff. I took the full-size propane bottles, solar panels, the fridge, you name it, I had it on there. And with the Jeep Cherokee, we're limited on space. I can still go and be comfortable and take most of our stuff, but we have been using the ground tent so I can haul the solar panels and stuff in the rack on the roof. So we haven't been using the rooftop tent. Well, with me fixing this trailer up, we would be able to use the rooftop tent and haul everything you wanted, plus, because the trailer has that much room. And I'm going to show that to you and show you the axle flip, talk to you a little bit about that. I had to put new tires on it, and I'm still working on the trailer, but I wanted to throw this video out there and maybe give some of y'all an idea. If you already have a trailer and you're thinking about, well, I want an overlanding trailer, maybe just put a little bit of time in the utility trailer, hook it behind your vehicle, and take it on some adventures and see if you really want to spend the money on something like that. So let's go to the trailer. Okay guys, so this is the trailer that I've been working on. This was a tilt bed, just regular utility trailer that I used to haul our mower and a little fishing boat, kayak, stuff like that on. So what I've done so far is I threw this black box in there so I could lock stuff up, and it adds a whole lot of storage where I can carry from our diesel heater to you name it, there's room to carry it. And of course I have a spare tire, and I'll probably be adding another one. I did have to buy new tires because the ones that were on there were dry rotted. They were actually in good shape, but they were dry rotted. And I went ahead and stuck with a trailer tire. These are 6-ply. I thought about putting a truck tire on there. Maybe they would be a little better as far as puncture resistance. But I went ahead and I just stuck with the trailer tire. There are differences in trailer tires and truck tires and car tires, and you can check all that out online if you need to know more about it. I did get these at Discount Tire, and I got the certificate, so if I have any problems with them, you know, I can just go up there and they'll replace or fix them. I added this jack on the side, and I'm probably gonna put one on the other side too. So when you're getting in the rooftop tent and the trailer's not hooked to your vehicle, it won't tip over, you know, tip backwards. And also, if you put something underneath there, you can jack this up high enough you could change that tire without having to get underneath there with the jack. Now, as you know, if you've watched any of our previous videos, this rack was on our Nissan Titan along with the rooftop tent. Luckily, the bed was the same width as this trailer, and I transferred it over to the trailer. I added some extensions and got the rooftop tent up there. And I mean, it is very stout. I'm still working on it, and I'm going to add a cross piece from here to the other side, and it will be low enough I can mount the back of this box to it. So that's going to add more stability to the rack, and it's also going to make sure that box can't go anywhere, which is bolted in already too. So, you know, one thing about this trailer in stock form is it didn't have enough ground clearance. There's no way I could have took it in some of the areas we go to. So when you do an axle flip, some trailers, the axle has a pretty good bow in it, and if you flip it, you're going to wear your tires out on the inside. Now you can get a kit to where you don't actually flip the trailer. You put it underneath the spring, and it has a plate that goes in between the axle and the spring, and you bolt it up. Well, this particular axle was straight, so I was able to flip it. I bought new U-bolts. Once you take U-bolts loose, you need to just go ahead and buy new to use them again. So I bought new U-bolts and bolted everything back up. On this trailer, I didn't film me doing the flip, but I just took the spring hangers loose at the back, jacked it up, took my U-bolts loose, pushed the axle out of the springs, and then pushed them back forward underneath, hooked my springs back up, and of course put the U-bolts back on the axle. You know, you line the knobs up, and you know, it's just real simple job, and you get several inches of ground clearance. I did also go a taller tire than what was on the trailer from the factory, and I could have even went bigger, but I figured this would be fine. And as you can see, I've got a lot of ground clearance. So that solved my ground clearance issue just by flipping that axle. Now, you know, I still have more work to do. We had a storm come through and knocked a tree down, so that tree is now in my trailer. I had to take my propane bottle and some stuff out that I would use on our camping trips, so I could load all that in there, because I still have to use this trailer for, you know, stuff like this, because I don't have my truck anymore. And for those of you that haven't been watching, we traded our Nissan, or I didn't trade it, I sold the truck, and then we went and we purchased this Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. So I don't have the room I used to have, and we've been using a ground tent with our solar panel. We still use our solar panels and refrigerator and stuff like that, but I don't have the room that I used to have, and that's why I'm doing this. So when we want to use the rooftop tent, which I could put on top of the Jeep, I just don't really want to, but we can hook up to this and use it. And like I said, it's going to give me a feel for pulling the trailer down the forest roads and some of the tight areas we get into. And you know, let me know, do you really want to spend the money on a small camper to go on these excursions? So, you know, this is going to give me a feel for it. and let me know, whether I want to do it for sure or not. And I said I still am working on this. I plan on painting it all the same color, and I'm gonna get rid of these rings because I'm afraid going down bumpy roads eventually the screws will back out and they'll fall off. So I'm gonna weld some strap to it and put bolts up and down to both the timbers too, because that's what's holding them boards in, and that'll make that a lot safer, because I don't want anything vibrating off of this going down the road. So anyway, like I said, this is just what we're working on. And if y'all are considering a trailer and you already have a utility trailer or something at the house, or even if you go rent one, but pull that sucker around for a while and see if it's what you want to do before you spend your money on something, because once you buy one of these campers, you're never going to get your money back out of it, not as far as trying to resell it. But that's going to do it, guys. I hope that this gives y'all something to think about, and it's showing you kind of where we're at on it. And I do have to get a new tag for work because I let it expire because I was using my truck and I hardly ever use this trailer. But now that I have the Jeep, I'll be using it quite a bit. So I'm gonna get my tag, and this is really ready to go down the road as it is. But I'm gonna do a little bit more to it. I'm gonna beef a few more things up, and we're gonna see how it does. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, we appreciate it if you go hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up. That helps support our channel, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.